The shooter's in the building. What are you doing? I just killed somebody for some reason. I've been killed.
Public servant. Yes, I'm okay. I was just helping the crap out of this dude at Roblox. I'm helping the crap out of him right now. I have to give this dude back his money. I feel fucking bad. He's talking about some, bro, please, no. Bro, please. I grabbed him, but I'm gonna give this guy back. Yes.
You raped him, but you gonna give his cash back to WJ.
I killed him, bro. I was toxic, bro. I had to lock those baggage. I was like, bro, please, no. I feel bad. I'm gonna give this cash back. Bro, please, no.
Sí.
I'ma crack Jay in his booty hole. Yeah. I know that ass tight, Jay. I know it's tight as shit. Go ahead, throw that ass back on me. Go ahead, throw that ass back. Go ahead, throw that ass back.
Man, this dude is so bad. Oh, man, you gotta go to the movie. Bitches in that car, I'm gonna start gripping people, bro. Go back to the Grand Temple where you belong. Why you have to pay for clothes in this game? Because you do. Dumb dumb. You hate firebending. Oh, you come here, bitch.
I'll be right back.
Starter. My girlfriend said modern men have ruined relationships, so I gave her the 1950s work husband she wanted. I had been with Sarah for 2 years when she completely lost it at my best friend's wedding. Modern men are pathetic, she announced at our table, loud enough for everyone to hear. They cry, they talk about their feelings, they expect women to coddle them. My grandfather worked 60 hours a week and never once asked my grandmother how her day was. That's a real man, strong, stoic, a provider who didn't need constant emotional validation. I set down my champagne. Sarah, I literally planned this entire weekend trip so we could attend this wedding together. Exactly my point. You're so desperate for my approval. Back in the day, men just decided things and women followed. They didn't ask permission or need participation trophies for basic tasks. They LED. I looked at her carefully. So you want a traditional 1950s husband? Her eyes lit up like I'd finally understood something obvious. Yes, a real man who acts like a man, not a therapy patient. Okay, traditional it is. She squeezed my hand. See, this is growth. The next morning, I woke up at 5 a.m., got ready for work in silence, and left without saying goodbye. When I came home at 7 p.m., Sarah was in the kitchen. How was your day? She asked. Fine. Where's dinner? She blinked. I just got home an hour ago. I was going to start cooking. In the 1950s, a wife had dinner ready when her husband walked through the door. I'll be reading the paper. I sat in the living room while she cooked, not offering to help. That weekend, her friends invited us to a lake house. Can you help me pack the car? Sarah asked. I looked up from my phone. That's women's work. I'll be in the car when you're done. Her friend Jessica overheard. Excuse me? Sarah wants a traditional relationship. Men didn't pack. Men didn't plan. Men showed up at the lake house. When Sarah tried to discuss our relationship, I cut her off. Men don't talk about feelings. That's feminine behavior. I spent the entire weekend drinking beer with the guys, not once asking Sarah how she was, what she wanted to do, or if she needed anything. When she got upset, I shrugged. My grandfather never asked my grandmother about her emotions. You said that was a real man. Her friends stared at me like I'd grown a second head. The real shift came when her mother visited for Sunday dinner. I sat at the table while Sarah and her mom cooked. Aren't you gonna help? Her mother asked. Men didn't cook in the 1950s, ma'am. I work all week. This is my rest time. After dinner, I stood up and walked to the living room. The dishes? Sarah called out. That's your domain. I provided the money for the food. You handle the cleanup. Her mother's face went crimson. Sarah, what is happening in this house? Sarah wants a traditional 1950s marriage, I explained calmly, where men work and women handle the home. I have a full-time job, Sarah protested. So did a lot of women in the 1950s. They just didn't bother their husbands about it. Her mother didn't speak to me the rest of the night. When Sarah asked me to come to her work event, I shook my head. I don't involve myself in your career. That's your hobby. I'll be watching the game. My hobby. It's my career. A man's career supports the family. A woman's career is supplementary. I don't need to celebrate supplementary. She went alone and had to explain to her boss why her boyfriend didn't show up. The breaking point came 3 weeks in. Sarah came home crying about a fight with her sister. I didn't look up from the TV. Can you please just listen to me? She sobbed. Men don't do emotional labor. You said modern men are too soft because they listen to feeling. Real men don't get involved in women's drama. I need you right now. And my grandfather needed peace and quiet after work. I'm providing financial stability. You want emotional support? Call your mother. That's what women are for. She stared at me with tears streaming down her face. That night, she finally cracked. Okay, I was wrong. Please go back to normal. I miss you talking to me. I miss you caring. I folded the newspaper carefully. A man doesn't change his mind because his woman gets emotional. That's weak. You wanted me to lead. A leader doesn't reverse course every time there are tears. This isn't what I meant. You said modern men ruined relationships. My girlfriend said modern men have ruined relationships. So I gave her the 1950s.
Spend a day with.
Record, bro. So
We are currently doing live stream coverage on the severe weather events and going on in Illinois, moving into Indiana. So join the live and make sure you're tuned in to some live stream coverage. So come check out the live. Make sure you know exactly what's going on in your area. Hey Siri, what if I told you that you should never...
The Allied armies had split up and spread out. His army was so small that he could move at lightning speed, and he used this to his advantage. In the famous 6 Days campaign against Prussian General Blucher, he attacked from all directions and defeated Blucher's forces 4 times, only suffering a tip of the casualties he inflicted. Even with his back completely to the wall, Napoleon was still Napoleon. The Allied armies. I've been saving up money.
Called me in.
My jaw hurt. We can fix something, bro. We can hug it out. Sorry. We're in it together. My jaw hurt. We can fix something, bro. We can hug it out.
What's the weirdest thing someone's ever paid you to do? This rich kid at my college paid me $500 to take his... Finally...
Feel me? Every day we eat good. I just woke up 10 seconds ago, man. 10 brands, multiple foods, Thanksgiving leftovers. Feel me? Finna leave the crib. Feel me?
2, 1, G.
My best friend texted me, "Don't touch my sister." It confused me because why would I do that? I found out when my best friend Chris pulled me aside just as I arrived at their family beach house for the 4th of July weekend. "We need to talk about my sister Bea," he said, his expression dead serious. "She's been asking about you. A lot. Mom said she keeps bringing you up, wondering if you're dating anyone." He ran his hand through his hair. "Look, man, I need you to end this before it starts. Bros don't date sisters." I laughed, thinking he was joking, but his face didn't change. "You're serious? Why not talk to Bea about this directly?" Chris shook his head. "No way, dude. She'll tell my parents, then it'll be this big issue. It's a headache. So please, do me a favor. Get on a few girls in front of her. Be obnoxious. Talk about boring things or whatever. Anything to look undateable in her eyes. From the 10 years we've known each other, I thought I'd heard it all, but this definitely was the craziest." At lunch, Bea greeted me with a huge smile and patted the seat beside her. "Hey, saved you a seat." Before I could take it, Chris appeared with 2 girls he'd apparently invited from town. "This is Ashley and Jess. Let's sit over here, dude." He chose a table right across from his family, in perfect view of his sister, whose smile faded. The guilt hit me immediately. She'd always always been so smart and cool and so much easier to talk to than the girls Chris had forced to come along. It wasn't fun. Chris kept pushing different girls my way all day while we were with his family on the beach. And every time I looked over, Bea was watching with a hurt expression. I couldn't keep it up any longer. So when Bea saved me a seat by the fire pit in the evening, I took it despite Chris's intense Darth Vader stare from across the flames. So tell me about your graduate program, I said, desperate for normal conversation. Her face lit up, eyes dancing with the fire. We talked for an hour about her research, her internship prospects, a trip to Costa Rica she was planning. She was passionate and brilliant, and I remembered that talking with her was one of the reasons I loved being with her family so much. My phone kept buzzing with texts from Chris. What are you doing? Stick to the plan. Dude, you're making it worse. I ignored it, and weirdly enough, Chris didn't say anything more about it in the morning. Sure, he wasn't really talking to me, but he wasn't making threats either. I thought maybe he realized his plan wasn't working. But when Bea walked straight past me that morning, I knew something happened. I cornered Chris in the kitchen while everyone else was at the beach setting up for the party. What did you do? I asked him immediately. Chris pushed back. I did what you should have been doing. I made her stop liking you. That's what matters. I felt my blood boil. What do you mean you made her stop? His eyes darted left and right. I just said that you had a girlfriend back home. I gave a disgusted stare. So now you're lying to her face? I had no choice. She was asking mom for advice and telling her about how much she really liked you, so I panicked. Can't you just go with it? Let her think you're taken? Like, why are you so angry over this? He was right. Why was I so upset? He and I looked at each other like we knew the answer, but no one could say it. I'm protecting her from getting hurt when you guys inevitably break up and I have to choose sides. You want to be the guy who makes me choose between my best friend and my sister? The odds aren't worth it, he said quietly, but he was wrong. It wasn't up to him to decide that for us. So at the party, I approached Bea. I'm not dating anyone, I told her immediately before she had a chance to run off. Her eyes widened, but Chris told me he lied, and there's more than that. He had asked me to act like a jerk this weekend so you'd lose interest in me, but those girls, they'll never compare to how amazing you are. Her face turned red with embarrassment. So, you knew about how I felt? I reached out and held her hand. I did, but I don't hate it. I'm flattered and happy. I just hate that we don't even have a chance to try. She shook her head. Give me your phone. I handed it over without question. She scrolled through my texts with my best friend texted me, don't
have a chance with this. 300 men against 1,000,000, and they did not run. Leonidas knew he was going to die. The Persian army was so massive that their arrows would block out the sun, and Leonidas said, then we will fight in the shade. Sparta gave him only 300 soldiers. 300.
Yo, wipe. It's wipe.
On PD, but okay.
So what?
I'm on PD right now because I'm bored.
Alright. Alright. Yo. I'm already hitting safe right now. I just killed someone with shotgun. I got like 32 bullets of anti-mat and 24 bullets of big ammo. Hold on, let me turn you up, cause... Alright, talk now? Oh, that nigga, bro. I ran with him like earlier in the wipe, and then we just stopped playing. Yeah, he's really good. I used to run like Val kits and shit with him. I mean, I ran with AS Chris, Firecrawler. I ran with everybody at one point. That like little community is pretty like, how do I put it, like well together. I hit heli and then died to the bottom of an airdrop because I forgot you can get crushed by them, and then the airdrop despawns right in front of me. But I got all my hit back, and then I just ended up dying to a random ass M4 nigga. on my way back, so I just ended up getting off. Ooh, HMR. Ain't no way. You sure it's not just Fast MC? Or do you hear like that little like God him for sound? That's probably God him for then. Yeah, I mean, there's too many third parties and bullshit sometimes in that game. I'm just finished on working on getting us a start. Okay, I got a pistol now. Molly. Some decent shit. Alright, nothing too crazy is in the shop right now. Alright, I got like 450 cobble. I'm gonna run with John Tell next wipe. He said he's coming back. Or no, I might have met him from a friend of a friend. One or the other. I'm building a milli base. So what? Like right outside milli. I'm doing this in the dual server. Oh my god, I got one tapped by SVD nigga, bro. Huh? I don't know. I don't got time to be playing random. I might get off for a bit and just start wipe later. Like I said I would. Cause I don't got time for that type of shit, bro. Yeah, that whole server is just about to be fucking hack infested. It's no fun. I'm joining. Where should we go? What server? I Actually, I'm just gonna start in solo server.
São DJ Caixa 013, o teor da fofoca. This is why a U.S. invasion of Venezuela would fail. The U.S. has troops in Trinidad and in the Caribbean Sea, and an invasion would look like this. We could not go directly to the capital because this entire shoreline is made of high mountains and rock. Instead, we would have to do a D-Day type invasion in this gully, then go west toward Caracas, hundreds of miles through the rainforest. And from Trinidad, we would have even further distance. Now, our main target is Maduro, whose headquarters is in the Amazon rainforest in the south. Where exactly, we don't know. So after capturing the capital, we would have to move south hundreds of miles through rivers and through the rainforest. Or we could go west to the two biggest cities besides the capital. But let's just assume we go for Maduro's hideout, which is somewhere in this entire circle through the rainforest and over rivers, where Maduro has around 500,000 troops trained for guerrilla warfare using Vietnam War type tactics. It would be the Vietnam War all over again in the rainforest, and it is likely going to fail. As usual, leave me a follow for more global news like this. This is why a U.S. invasion of Venezuela would fail. The U.S. has troops in Trinidad and in the Caribbean Sea, and an invasion would look like this. We could not go directly to the capital because this entire shoreline is made of high mountains and rock. Instead, we would have to do a D-Day type invasion in this gully, then go west toward Caracas, hundreds of miles through the rainforest. And from Trinidad, we would have even further distance. Now, our main target is Maduro, whose headquarters is in the Amazon rainforest in the south. Where exactly, we don't know. So after capturing the capital, we would have to move south hundreds of miles through rivers and through the
Get your money up, not your funny up. Big fucking move. Get your money up, not your funny up. How would you be? You know, I told you there's another life. Allow me to introduce you to my son. His name is Dro. How would you feel if I...
Spike. Oh my god. Of course I could gas this rifle.